everybody, welcome back to homerecordingmadeeasy.com and here on my YouTube channel. And this time out, we're going to take a look at another plugin by KIT Plugins called the Core Compressor. This is a brand new plugin, their first plugin in their new Core line. If you remember KIT Plugins from a few weeks back, maybe a month or so ago, I did the review on the BB-N105, which is the Blackbird Studios John McBride's Neve console channel strip preamp EQ, which I love. I'll link it in the description box below. You can go check it out. They reached out to me, KIT Plugins did, and saw that review and said, hey man, thanks so much for doing that. Would you like to check out our Core line? We have a new compressor coming out, and then they're going to have a drum plugin coming out pretty soon as well. And I said, sure, send it on over. I'd love to check it out. I love the Neve channel strip. Let's check this out. So full disclosure, they did give me this plugin so I can review it for you for free. They also gave me a few plugin licenses to give out to my members as part of our monthly mixing contest over at mixingmadeeasy.net. If you don't know what that is, click the link in the description box below. Learn the craft of mixing in a very non-technical way over at mixingmadeeasy.net. So we're going to listen to it on a couple of different sources. Check out this plugin. I've only played with it for a few minutes, and let's see if it's something that's worth checking out. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give you something else for free. So stick around. So here we are in Studio One, and here it is. Pretty simple compressor. Now, the thing about compressors, and the thing about it with a lot of these plugin companies, it gets very challenging, I would imagine, to come up with something new and unique, right? Do we need another compressor plugin by another company? I mean, how many do we have? I got hundreds. I'm sure some of you do as well. But this one is kind of cool in that it's simple in its design, it sounds good, and it has a nice feature here, a control here. Two controls actually make this not completely unique, but makes it kind of nice all in one little tidy little package. And you can go out to KIT Plugins. I'll link it in the description box below if you want to check it out. I think you could demo these things for 7 days or 14 days. So let's take a walk through the controls. Then we'll pull up their website. We'll read a little bit about what this plugin is and what they kind of did. Really simple. So on the left-hand side here, we have our input. Pretty straightforward. We have a big threshold knob in the center. We have an attack and a release and a mix knob, which is cool for like the parallel compression thing. We have our output, our gain reduction meter, and then our output meter. Really simple. We have this other control here called body, which is kind of cool. This is one of the things I like about this plugin. And you'll hear how it can really help add a little bit of body, a little bit low end to your source. And we'll check that out in a second. So that's a cool feature. Up top here, they also have this thing called Crush. And Crush kind of emulates kind of the classic all buttons mode you would find on like an 1176. Crush is exactly what it says on the tin. Really destroys, the source, and you can kind of blend it in with the uncompressed source. It's really cool. Or you can use the mix knob in a parallel compression thing. And that's it. Really simple. If we go out to their website quickly and take just a quick gander, here you can demo it for 14 days. You could buy it for 29 bucks. Spoiler alert, is it worth 29 bucks? It's worth 29 bucks. It sounds good. It's worth 29 bucks. So something you may want to consider checking out. So here it is. So Core Compressor brings all the fire, mojo, and dynamic control you'd expect from a world-class compressor packed into one sleek, modern interface that fuels functionality, musicality, and intuitive mixing. Hey, pretty nice, huh? The first ever installment of their Core series line of plugins, Core Compressor's diverse tonal and dynamic shaping feature gives you an elusive Swiss Army knife of creativity possibility in your productions, so you can get to the finish line quickly and confidently with maximum sonics with minimal second guessing. So what does that mean? Simple to use, sounds great. You don't have to futz and mutz and stack a bunch of plugins on top of each other to get to the finished sound. That's what's really cool about it. They got a bunch of sound examples you can check out. Some of the features that they have is the diverse tonal shaping features, from super transparent to full-on crush mode, as I just talked about. The Savage Crush mode sets a fixed attack, fast attack, and slow release for the ultimate ambience and serious mojo. 1176 all buttons is what it is. Now here's the added body circuit, which allows precise tonal balancing after compression. The body circuit applies a low shelf at 250 with a Q of 0.9, so it gives you a nice little low-end bump, which is cool. We're going to check that out. They have transformer modeling algorithm tames the transients with ease while compressing simultaneously. designed to work on any source material across all genres, and you have the wet dry knob, and you have a resizable high-def 3D GUI. And it sounds really fancy, right? So what does that mean? That means that we have a GUI here that in the bottom right-hand corner, we can stretch this out, makes it look nice. It is nice resolution, looks really, really good on my iMac here. So it's great. All plugin companies ought to do that. So when we listen to this on kick, snare, some bass, piano, you get the gist. So let's listen to this on a kick drum. Let's start there. By the way, here's the kind of the track we're going to kind of be listening to here, kind of an instrumental, just to give you kind of a vibe. Country rock with some fiddle, got to dig it. All right, so let's listen to this on kick. I have a kick in, kick out going to a kick group track here. No other processing whatsoever. I just want you to hear what this thing does. So on a kick track, or two kicks blended together, and I'll turn this up a little so you can hear it. Okay. No presets necessary. Let's do kind of a slow attack, fast release. Let's keep the body all the way off. I got 5 to 8 dB of compression, depending. Let's just turn it off. Tames a transient nice, but not too much, even though I'm using a really slow attack. If I dial back the attack to give it a little more fast attack, so by speeding up the attack to get a little bit more of that pillowy effect as opposed to the punch, the transient is tamed a lot nicer. I tend to like it a little bit more of a slow attack. Let's check out this body circuit. This is something that's really cool to give it a little bit of oomph where you don't necessarily need an EQ. So it gives it a little bit more of a low end bump there, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of cool. You may not necessarily need to stack this with an EQ. You can do it all in one plugin, which is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and check out this crush mode, and you'll see what that does. Again, it's like the all buttons, compression of death here. Well, there you go, right? Or you can go back to regular compression. You can turn it off here. You could do the kind of the wet dry thing. So it just sounds good. Simple to use, sounds good. I love the body circuit. I dig that. Nice way to turn in the tonal, bring in that lower end there. Let's try it on a snare group. I got snare top, snare bottom going to a bus track here. Let's just solo that up, and then we'll bring kick snare together. But here we go. I like the body circuit on snare. Love it on snare. That works out really nice to bring a little bit more meat into the snare. So that is a cool feature right there. The one thing I will say, this gain reduction meter seems to react a little funny. I mean, I know this is a dynamic drum set, dynamic playing, but just by listening to the hit of the snare, sometimes it registers on the gain reduction meter. Sometimes it's a little, I don't want to say not responding. It just seems like it's not consistent all that much. So we're getting only like 2 or 3 dB there. And then it goes, the next hit goes to 10 dB. So it looks like same exact velocity. You could hear it in the snare. The velocity is almost exactly the same. And we're going from 2 dB to 10 dB. So I don't know if that's something and maybe an update that needs to be looked at. Or maybe I'm looking at this wrong, but it looks like the gain reduction meter could be a little bit misleading. So again, we should be using our eyes, not our ears anyhow. We should be using our ears, not our eyes. So, you know, keep that in mind. But it sounds great. I love the body. Let's do the crush. Well, there you go. So if you want that thing, and you'll notice too, when I go from crush back to non-crush, the attack and release and thresholds change automatically. So you can kind of audition back and forth. The mix knob does not, but the rest of it does. Okay. Which is kind of cool. And the body circuit knob stays where it is. It doesn't move. So that's kind of cool. So now let's do kick snare thing. Let's do kind of the kick snare thing. We got both up here. Can we bypass them both here? Let's see. Sure we can. Sounds really good. Okay, let's check out bass. Let's do something that's not so transient heavy. Let's do some bass. It's aggressive though. So again, let's do a little bit more of a fast attack on this bad boy. Maybe a little bit more fast release. Level match it. Again, the body circuit really brings in that low end. It really does a nice job. That's really great. That sounds really good. Let's do keyboards. Heavy kind of honky-tonk piano. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so I'll bypass all 4 of these compressors all at the same time and bring them all in with the power button. Keep your eyes on the power button. Blue is enabled, turned on. Gray is off, obviously. Let's start with it on. Kick, snare, bass, piano. Sounds great. Again, I love the body circuit. That's awesome. I think it sounds really good. I mean, it's simple. It's easy to use. It sounds good. It's only 29 bucks, which you really can't beat it. Again, KIT Plugins is a fairly new company, new to me. Again, I really dig the BB105, the N105, awesome. That Blackbird channel strip, you really ought to check that one out. And this one's cool. Again, you know, it's hard to get. Here's the thing about all these kinds of plugins. I do lots of plugin demos, and a lot of you guys have a lot of plugins. It's like, do we need another compressor? You know, it's hard for these companies to come up with something unique. What I like about this is that it's a little unique, and then that you got the all buttons mode incorporated in the crush mode. That's cool. They're not the first ones on the planet to do that, but it's cool that they have it. I like, as I said a bunch of times now, I like the body circuit, the added low end EQ. That's really cool. It's simple. It sounds good on multiple sources. It's easy to use, and it's cheap, affordable. And so, I like it because of that. So I think if you're someone in the market for getting into third-party plugins, you don't have a lot of third-party plugins, you only have maybe your stock compressor or whatever, and you're looking for something that's easy to use, that's versatile, that sounds good on anything, and just gives it that nice analog flavor that you can push and crush and demolish it, or you could be very transparent and clean. This is something to definitely take a look at, and the price is right. And they have a handful of plugins, and I guess they're coming out with some more, and the few that I've listened to, they haven't made a bad plugin yet. So, but I would say that maybe they want to check out the response of that gain reduction meter. I think that's something that it looks like that might be a little wonky. Maybe it'll come out in a firmware update, but it's not affecting the sound at all. It's just maybe, I think, affecting the visual end of it, but that's something that maybe the boys over at KIT Plugins can check out. Or if I'm wrong, please leave comments below and tell me that I'm thinking about it wrong or whatever, and you know, so be it, maybe so. But go check them out. Click the link in the description box below. I think it's pretty cool. Demo it. If you like it, check it out. I think it's a cool plugin. It sounds really good, and something I'd love to use more on some more mixes as I get more into it, and I'd be interested to check out some of their other plugins. So I want to thank you so much for checking out the KIT Core Compressor by KIT Plugins. Now, as I said at the beginning, I want to give you something for free. So if you have not yet ever been to homerecordingmadeeasy.com, I want you to go out there because I want to give you a free gift. I want to give you a $100 mixing course. It's right on the homepage. You can't miss it. It's my gift to you just for visiting homerecordingmadeeasy.com. And because you stuck around till the end of the video, I want to give you something else. So if you take that free course and you dig my style of teaching and you want to check out one of my other paid training courses on the website, I want to give you a 25% discount. Just use the coupon code YouTube25. Take 25% off any course on the website. All the information will be in the description box below. Thank you so very much for watching. And until the next video, I've been Dave with homerecordingmadeeasy.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.